welcome to the Everyday Millionaire Show with Ryan Greenberg and Nick Kalfas. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Everyday Millionaire Show. We're here with Justin Hilz. What's up, Justin?
What's up, guys?
Nick cannot be here today. Chase is here. What's up, Chase?
What up, what up? It's been a little bit, but I think I kind of sort of jogged my memory on how to run one of these things.
Well, not really, because you forgot about the lights, you forgot the camera, you forgot a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Justin you've been on the show once.
Yep, in Cabo.
About a year ago, now that we think about it, when we were in Cabo. So, well, I guess give a little pitch on who you are real quick for the people that didn't hear that episode, and then we'll get rolling.
Yeah, so I'm Justin Hilz. I'm a mortgage lender, realtor, investor, wholesaler. I do flips. I don't believe in rentals myself right now, but I'll change that mindset eventually.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Why? What's the
I just don't want to
philosophy
deal
right
with it. I hate people. I hate regular transactions. I don't want to fucking micromanage people either. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Property management doesn't seem fun. So whether it's mine or other people's, I understand the long-term plan of rentals, but at 28, I'm like, I got some time. I'd rather just keep flipping and making money.
What are you investing your money in right now then?
Stocks, crypto, flip. I haven't been able to find a flip for the last couple months, but actively looking and analyzing deals.
Flips are tough right now. There's a lot of people I think that are not making. I know that are not making money.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that got like popularized. I don't know if that's the right word.
Everybody and their mother flips now, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of why we've started doing just the lots and new construction, because it's a smaller subgroup of people that are chasing after those things. Like, we're too small for like the Ryan Homes and the big guys to want to buy like a single lot.
Yeah.
And it's too much, like, not everybody knows how to build the house from the ground up. So it's a smaller pool where anybody can call,
Yeah, anybody could buy a house on market or off market, call a contractor, flip it, sell it. It's not as hard. But making money doing that is hard right now.
Yeah. And since we control the cost in the construction part of it, it just makes sense for us to build them new.
Yeah. And the product you guys have been putting out is spectacular, so.
And I think it's the market for new construction is just easier to sell.
It's different. Yeah. Buyers aren't as wary. Dude, I know you experience it too. But like buyers right now, like if anything's wrong during the inspection period.
Oh yeah, they expect a new house at a used house price. It's like, come on, man.
They're looking at it like, well, this house looks new, but the inspector just told me there's this, and that wrong. What else is behind these walls? And it's very, I don't know, it's rough out here for a lot of flippers.
Like when I could literally go through our company cam and show them 500 pictures minimum of the house being built, like from start to scratch, scratch to finish. It's like, that's a big deal for people. And I think giving like a little warranty and, builder's warranty and stuff, it makes people feel a whole lot better than buying something that they can tell is flipped.
Yeah, and look at the quality of the work as well, right? You're not a Ryan Homes or a Lennar, and not digging at those guys, but they're bulk builders, right? Mm-hmm. It's quantity over quality, where you get to go in and put in some of those little more niche finishes, better quality pieces of the puzzle to build a really solid and nice house.
Yeah.
So
100%. And I even think, in the long term, some of these things would be good rentals to hold too.
Yeah.
Build to rent, I think, is really where people should focus on. Hold it for a couple of years, get that appreciation, pays for itself, then sell it, get that exit liquidity.
So this next one that we're doing up in Linthicum, it's on Mansion Road in Linthicum. Kyle, who's selling us the lot, owns the house next door. He bought a house with a couple lots attached to his two other lots, and we're buying the first one right now. He rents the one that is next door unrenovated for $3,200 a month.
Damn.
And that house is like a simple house. It could be built with like 2x12s instead of like engineered. It doesn't have to be engineered at all. It's a very square, simple house.
Yeah, your cookie cutter style house, you're going to probably be all in for what, $450-ish?
With land.
Yeah, and then turn around, do a refi off that.
Yeah.
Based off appraised value, you're going to cash flows pretty decently off that.
There are comps that they sold in the same neighborhood of the same house is like upwards. It was 5.0 some, low fives, but either way, like you pull most of your money back out. You have a brand new thing that shouldn't be breaking for at least 5 or so years. You hold it for 5 years, then you sell it after you collect, some cash flow for 5 years. You sell it, and at that point, then you're eligible for a 1031 exchange after the first year. So you could also do a 1031 with any of the proceeds and keep that money rolling.
Yeah, old carpentry teacher of mine.
Brett's doing with this one.
Which one?
I'm selling one of these lots to Brett and his partners, and I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to buy it, rent it, and then 1031.
Yeah. The cash flow is going to be super tight on that, though.
Yeah.
Well, do you even have to 1031 at that point? Because you're taking out debt with a mortgage.
Yeah, but the proceeds.
When they sell it.
When you sell it.
When they sell it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, let's just say you're all in for 4 and you sell it for 5. They'd be asking for, capital gains on 100.
Oh, they plan on selling it.
Yes, but they want to take advantage of the 1031, and that doesn't work for the flip or quick new build model. You have to hold it. So the idea is you hold it for a couple of years, you pay down a little bit of debt and whatever, and then you sell it. And instead of realizing those gains, you push that into the next project. That's the play, essentially. It's a good play for people with like money that they just want to keep rolling and they don't need it. They don't really need it.
Right.
If you can put in 100K, 200K into something like that and just keep it rolling and not have to touch it and worry about touching it, that's a good play. And you can keep rolling that over.
I think it's a good play with people our age right now. Like the flip income that we have coming in, if you just keep 1031 in that and then you eventually just roll that into your primary. And then you don't have to worry about ever paying tax on it because it just rolled into
taxes.
Yeah, so I mean that model works. You hold it for a couple, and that's the other thing too with rentals. If you do like the way we do it, we bought them and pretty much gutted them, made them brand new inside. Even if we're not new construction, but the stuff that we bought renovated, you make them bulletproof, but they're only bulletproof for a couple years. So after 5 years, shit starts breaking. Then it starts costing money. The cash flow is gone. At that point, that's when you sell it. You put a coat of paint on it. You clean it up. It's 5 years old. Then you sell it, and you roll that money into the next deal.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it from a buyer's perspective, right? When you go walk in half these houses and you see the copper pipes, the well water, the cast iron, plumbing for the sewage. It's like, oh man, when that starts going, I got to fix all that crap. So if you go into a new house, it's already the PVC, CPVC, PEX.
Yep.
That's going to last forever. It's like, all right, cool. Even if it's 5 years old, I got to put in a new fridge or a stove. Great. HVAC will last 10 to 12 years,
Yeah.
Roof's going to be good for another 15, 20 years. So
that's the sweet spot. I actually have a house. This is a kind of an interesting thing that I'm doing that's not – I just suggested this and I realized I'm doing the opposite. But I have a house that the mortgage is like $600 and the rent's like $1,600. So it's good cash flow. But I've had it for close to 10 years now and it's kind of fucking falling apart. We've put like Band-Aids on the renovation. It's kind of like, it's kind of like
you move it along, get it.
Put new vanity in here and there, whatever dumb stuff, but we've never like fully gutted it. And it's a giant house in 2 and 218. Like it's one of those like 3-story like big townhouses. It takes it would be a lot to gut that. And I have a bunch of work to do there, and I only owe like $30,000 on it, and it's worth like probably like 180, 190 as it sits. I would imagine right now. Yeah,
but you look at that analysis, how long it'll take you to make that 180, just might as well sell it and take that profit.
That's kind of what I was thinking about, and then I said, "No, fuck it, just fix it up and rent it," and that's what we're doing. So, I don't know. I'd be interested to hear other people's take on that, but
I mean, that's the analysis I did for my condo before I bought this new house.
This is the thing I forgot to say. I have a 2.75% interest rate on it.
That's great. I got rid of a 3% and got 0.
So. I mean, you only have 30K. There's only 30K left on it. So I mean, at the end of the day, like 30K is 30K, but if you could sell it and roll that money into other money, it's not like if you had a mortgage down of like $200,000 or $300,000, 2.75. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I just don't know if like how much are the renovations going to cost, and they're going to eat up that cash flow, and how much is the city really appreciating? It's not right now. I can tell you that much.
No, it's definitely. I mean, from when I bought it, it appreciated a lot.
Of course,
sure.
So I've gotten the big jump in appreciation. But yeah, no, there is an argument to just sell it and take whatever probably net 125,000 and put it into something else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but that's not what I'm doing. It's already got guys over there fixing it. It's a little too late. So one of the reasons Justin came on, because he just moved from his first condo into a house that he negotiated a heck of a deal on with a seller. So I'd like to just let you tell that story real quick.
Yeah. So, I think I was in the same situation that even yourself is in, Chase, where, we have these sub 3% interest rates, and you're like, damn, how do I want to get out of this and buy that next house? And what does that look like? Opportunity presented itself in Annapolis, where my wife wanted to be. That was always her goal, was to try to go back that way, and ended up negotiating a seller finance deal with 0% interest. So principal payments only, and had instant equity. So went from a 3% interest rate to a 0% interest rate.
How'd you get in touch with that seller in particular?
So my brother-in-law was supposed to buy that house like 4 years ago, but the guy wasn't quite ready. Time is always of the essence, and time kills all deals. He waited a year. Guy still wasn't ready, so he went and bought a house, helped him buy his house. Where all of his friends were buying to, like Shady Side area. Mm-hmm. And then the guy called my mother-in-law, was like, hey, is he ready to buy this house? She was like, he bought a house a year and a half ago, but I know somebody else that would be interested. So we went, toured the house, everything the wife wanted, where she wanted to be. So
did you have to put anything down?
No, 100% financing.
100% financing.
I paid all closing costs, though, because he would have had to pay out of pocket to sell
Right.
it to me. But
Wow,
that's a heck of a deal right now.
0%
Good
finance.
job.
Yeah, I will clap for you. Good job, buddy. No, I mean, dude, that's a crazy deal. 0% financing, 0 down. Creative finance in there, Justin, and you don't see that a lot.
no, I think people leave a lot of money on the tables in both perspectives, buyers and sellers.
So just for our audience and investors that are looking to get this type of deal, I mean, what was the benefit? What did you pitch the seller on the benefit of him giving you a 0% interest, 0 down? How did you pitch that?
There's a thin line between tax evasion and tax avoidance, and he was trying to kind of kick that can down the road. It wasn't his primary residence for 2 of the last 5 years, so he would have gotten screwed on capital gains tax. So he mentioned that to me, was worried about that taxable event on his side. And I was like, well, we could structure this in the form of debt, and we could, avoid that process.
Sorry to cut you off here, but I want to. Was he already open to seller finance ahead of time?
I threw it out as like kind of that like Hail Mary, like, hey, let's see, right? Yeah. I didn't want a $3,400 a month mortgage.
Right.
This is when, mortgage rates were basically 7 still. And I was like, oh God, I love my wife, but not that much,
Right.
Then I was like, what if we could do something that helps resolve this tax issue, but also gets rid of the house off your hands and the responsibility of it? And he was like, okay, what are your thoughts? I said, well, there's, creative financing. Instead of me going and getting a loan at 7%, taking on this payment, and you're worried about the taxes, what if you just finance the house in a debt structure, and then you don't have to worry about that? And then the second part of that pitch was as well, is that, well, let's just not include any interest, because then you'd have earned interest income at that point. So, okay, well, how do we do that? Well, we set it up as principal-only payments, so now there is no income for you to claim. And then I just make payments, and then I refi you off, and another debt down the road.
Is there a balloon payment on that?
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years? Okay.
But I might try to modify it after 3. I'll be like, hey, you see how nice this is? Let's just do this for a couple more years.
Yeah, never be late on a payment.
Yeah,
Never,
right.
dog. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll write you the check for all 3 years today. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that never miss a payment on that deal.
yeah.
Yeah,
that could be a good guy to use for some like lending and stuff too. If, you know,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a heck of a deal. I've been in this shit for a lot longer than you have, and I have not been able to negotiate that ever in my career.
Well, you did. No, you guys negotiated your Tampa house on seller finance.
Yeah, but we're paying interest.
But you're paying interest. Yeah.
I've done several seller finance.
Yeah,
deals,
we've done seller finance, selling them to people.
But never 0%.
Yeah,
I've never gotten 0% interest.
It's good.
I mean, when I first started, my first like hard money loan lender was 6%, no points. That's what I started.
Damn, I wish I could get that today. I'd borrow that all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
maximize that line.
Yeah, so that's been my first. That was my first lender, and then obviously it got more expensive from there. But yeah, good stuff. So, what are you guys? I mean, the market's kind of really tough right now. I mean, I just had a listing that normally would have sold in 3 or 4 days on the market, sat for 55 days. And I had to go through a lot to get it sold. What are you guys seeing on your end with the market from the mortgage perspective and realtor perspective?
I mean, I just ratified a contract today, and that was the third one this month. So I think, last month was really slow, Jesus. But this month, I mean, granted, we're 6 days in, whatever it is. Yeah. Just seems like these last couple weeks have been
picked up solid, a little bit.
Yeah, picked up, I guess, rates and whatever else. But I mean, I don't know from mortgage application side of things, but it just seems like buyers are getting a little more active right now. So we'll see. But
I mean, I think a lot of people, I think it ebbs and flows, right? People, when they first want to buy a house, they're like all gung-ho, all in, oh, let's go. Then you get them pre-approved. They're only pre-approved for X amount. Then they see what their budget really buys them. Mm-hmm. They look at a couple of those houses. Same thing you said. Well, I think we were talking earlier. I don't know if we were already recording or not, but it was like some of these pin lists, and these people go immediately, no, I'm not going to do anything. I'm like, I got a buddy in here for $200 and get that fixed. Like that's not a problem. So I just think it just depends on the intent and how they approach that conversation, having the right realtor partners to explain that process to people. But I mean, for the mortgage side, I got a little over $1 million worth of mortgages closing out this month. I got good one stuff. Refi, 2 purchases. On the real estate side as well, all my listings are moving fast. I sold my condo in under a week. I sold another property one day on market. So
I did hear somewhere that the like 250,000 range is still selling like normal.
Yeah, so sub 300, seems to be what everybody, if a couple are together, they can basically be approved for $300,000, right? It's not that difficult. The payments,
which makes sense because that's the starter home, right? Yeah. That's probably what they're.
But the issue is finding a house in that price point now.
Once you have a house, like you guys are in the situation of your interest rate so low, you don't want to move to the second house, so you're just stuck in your starter house. Yeah. Everybody seems to be stuck. And that's why I think from a construction standpoint, we've seen
you're getting busy with additions, add-ons. I need more space, but
never
don't want to lose
so many additions because people are just stuck at their house and with that rate, and they do not want to move because they're going to just downgrade essentially.
Yeah, all the move-up buyers are locked right now.
Yeah,
so they're just kind of stuck where they're at. For me, I'm not necessarily stuck. Like, I don't need to go anywhere. I just want to buy another house because I'm seeing all these price decreases and everybody else flaking away. So I'm just more motivated when I see other people not buying. So that's my motivation. But the other part of it, I was telling you, Ryan, last week, is that, like, dude, I'm looking at like $600,000, $700,000 houses at even at like a 5.3 or 4.8. rate, and it's gonna be like triple what my current mortgage is, and then that's a hard pill to swallow. Mm-hmm. Even with $1,000 cash flow rent from my current property, I'm like, man, there goes all my risk tolerance.
Yeah, that's that payment shock, man. We talk about it all the time in mortgages. Everybody when they bump up and they're like, oh, well, I bought my house for $300, I'm going to like $400. I'm like, yeah, but you also were at a 3. Now you're at a mid 6. The payment goes up drastically.
Yep. Yeah, I do not know what the answer is. I do think that they're going to lower rates, but I don't think that they're going to lower them enough for it to be where it was. I mean, I don't think that you're going to see 2.5%, 3% rates.
No.
So, people are going to have to get used to the prices, and it might take a little while for people to adjust. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're underhoused as far as like, builders and stuff in this area anyway. I know Florida's having some big issues because people have started moving away from Florida, and the builders just went wild with like building new communities, and houses are sitting. I think places like Texas, certain parts of Texas, I was listening to some podcast or something that they're hurting as well.
Yeah. It's pockets, but that's everywhere at all times, right? Even when other markets are thriving, there's always that one that's not doing that well.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I know our Tampa house has definitely topped its value. Just there's houses selling like over $1 million next door, and now you don't see that at all. So I think the Florida market's taking a hit, but I think we're strong here. You got government. We have so many workers here, like so many like industries, that I feel like we have a great place to be, like investors and homeowners. I mean,
I think you said it well a while ago, but like Maryland is very insulated with federal workers, healthcare workers. Like, we just have a lot of contractors here too. So I think the economy still thrives, and we don't typically feel it as bad as the places like Texas and Florida and like some of the other places.
So 2 estimates that I went to this week were people that were home from the government because the government shut down, and they're like just tired of looking at their kitchen. They made a post on Facebook looking for a kitchen in the group, and I got them, and so I'm like, this is good. The government shutdown means all these people, because my neighborhood's full of people work for the government. How many of these people are going to just be in their kitchen all day and be just mad that it's not upgraded, and they're going to call me? That's why we're starting to market the heck out of this construction company, because that's where I think a lot of people are going to be in this situation for a couple of years. There's
same thing as COVID almost. When everybody was home all day, it's like, I hate this bathroom, I hate this kitchen.
Yeah, I just mean in general, people sticking around in their second homes and saving up some money and doing the renovations. Like, we want to be doing those renovations for everybody.
Well, I think you're in a good spot too, because you're in an area where people want to be too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Shipley's, Millersville in general, like this side of Millersville, but like, I think Severna Park, those areas, like you're just in a gold mine of like, people want to be there. They're okay with sticking around. The house might be outdated, but eventually they're cool with saving some money and getting it done, or pulling a HELOC, or like we were talking about earlier, just, people are inheriting homes. Like a grandmother's one you're doing right now. So
that's very typical in Severna Park, like especially on the water. Like, things don't really sell that much. It's really just passed down. That's what you don't really see a lot of houses sell. A couple that I'm doing didn't ever hit the market and sell. They just passed hands. Like, it's either through family or somebody knew somebody. It didn't actually go up, for sale. The same, that new build that we're doing, that never actually went up for sale. They just knew, they knew the person and made a deal. I think I'm really bullish on like all home services businesses, like from a business perspective. Like, I think home services businesses right now are going to crush for the next at least decade.
Forever.
The reason I say a decade, because we're going to be so understaffed with the people that are leaving those industries in their 60s, late 50s, 60s, sometimes 70s. The good people that know how to work on HVAC systems and boiler systems and whatever, electricians. We're going to be so understaffed with that. Then it's going to be cool for people to go to trade school and do that, and then we'll have enough. But I think it's like a 10-year cycle of we're gonna be like, oh shit, no one knows how to fix the fucking air conditioning. Like, we're gonna not have people to fix the air conditioning soon,
and you're gonna have to pay.
You're gonna have to pay a crazy amount of money. So then everybody's gonna be like, holy shit, this fucking HVAC guy's making $1 million a year, and like, why would I go to college?
Well, I mean, they've been talking about that for years, man.
I know, but it hasn't
popped.
It hasn't popped because there's so many of those people that are just holding on to those businesses, like those 65-year-old guys that are holding on to those businesses because they're making money and they probably want to keep working. When they're actually done working, they have to find people to either take over, or the business is just going to die.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the opportunity to get some seller finance there too.
Yeah, I've been
to buy those businesses, and
I've been trying to get someone like Chase to buy a HVAC company. And
I am. We're working on it. But
and then we can feed HVAC work and come. I think there's a lot of opportunity in buying businesses. I think we've talked about this a ton of times, but buying businesses, I think right now for the next 10 years or so is going to be really lucrative. I think some people don't even know what they're sitting on. Yeah. Like some owners are running a business that they have no idea could be worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Especially in the trades fields, like plumbing and HVAC companies that do service work and they have recurring service work. Dude, they're worth like 8 to 13x their EBITDA.
Yeah, I was just talking to one of Sean's buddies came over and fixed my, he looked at my HVAC because your guy was a little expensive. Anyways, he came over and looked at it, and he was telling me that the owner was about to retire. And I like perked up, and I was like, oh, really? But he was like telling me that he's supposed to be getting in on like as an owner operator because the son's taking over, but the son knows nothing about HVAC. So that would be kind of my position of like, I don't know a lot about HVAC. I know majority of like, I think what I would need to know, but I couldn't be the operator. I couldn't be, director of operations. Like I'd need somebody in the field to stick around for a couple years. But again, I think, like you said, a lot of people don't know what they're sitting on, what the value is. Yeah. Like that's a retirement plan for some of these people.
Yeah, I think you could easily negotiate a seller financing situation on a business like that because those people typically have some money already, so that they don't necessarily need a large sum at one time. Mm-hmm. So if you can come up with a fair structure that you could pay them back per month and be able to say, hey, look, I'm going to pay the SBA 10%, whatever loan product you're going to get, probably going to be paying 8 to 10% for that loan for the business. You offer him 0 and see what he says, but you can offer him 7, 8, 9% interest on top of it. That's a really enticing way to say, hey, the bank's going to take this money, or you can just have this extra money. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I pitch it, and I think there's a lot of opportunity for somebody to actually sit there and grind. I just don't have the time to talk to people and like call and try to do that.
Oh, I've been in a 10-minute car ride with you. Your phone goes off.
I don't know how to. I can't. I would. There's no way. But my phone would. I would have 3 phones that would never. I would never be. Wouldn't work. But no, somebody should. Another cool business. Did I tell you about this laser cleaning thing?
Oh, you were kind of mentioning it at the gym.
Somebody has to start this business. We have to find. This is another idea. Listen to this. So wait. Laser cleaning is part of it. Okay. But you find like a 22-year-old kid out of college or an 18-year-old kid out of high school, and you're like, you can work this laser. So the lasers are like 12, 15,000 will get you like a good laser, and it'll clean any surface, like rusted rotors on a car. It'll
I've seen that.
Perfectly.
Yeah, the metal and stuff.
Grout. How many people like their grout gets dirty and they just leave it dirty because changing the grout is a nightmare. Like you have to chisel it all out. Yeah. This laser just cleans it perfectly.
Is it handheld or?
So it's a big. The picture that I saw, the box fit in the back of a minivan, but it was big, and then it has like a wand and a light, like a handheld thing.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how you get in the house to do a bathroom.
It's like imagine a generator, a size of a generator, but maybe a little bit like a big generator that has wheels that you can like roll around. That's what this is.
Okay,
and it's like a laser, right? And you can offer people to send in like rusted parts of things, like you can go do bottom paint, and the boat comes right off.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So just cool, and it has all different frequencies to, like how deep you want to cut into certain things or whatever. But you can, if you just say, "Hey, kid, some
go operate this thing."
I'm gonna teach you how to operate this thing. No, you got to teach them, dude. If they could
Here's a YouTube video.
If they could teach you're a dumbass at 18 in the military to shoot a gun and be safe, then we can teach somebody 18 how to.
I was 22.
You were 22, but you're still a dumbass.
My brain developed.
Yeah, you're still dumb. So, But if we could teach Chase how to operate a gun in the fucking Air Force, then we can. And there's no way that we can't teach a guy to laser something. And you say, what's the biggest hurdle for somebody that age to start a business? It's money.
Yeah.
12 grand. You're like, I'll put the 12 grand in. You just have to work the machine, and you just collect you work on the marketing, do a little SEO, a little video, send the kid out.
Well, what about them dudes on TikTok and on Facebook? I always see like that have the landscaping company, but they just do it for free.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the whole business in and out of itself now too, where they're just driving that content creation side.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, hey, your grass is overgrown. I'll give you a free cut. Just let me film it or whatever. And then and they're like, oh, by you liking and sharing, that's how I do this. And they don't do any paid for jobs. It's all for free.
Yeah. Well, I think that those people do get jobs from those things.
Yeah,
right?
probably.
Like, I would imagine that would be the case if they're like SB mowing. It's a crazy thing that I know this. But
That's them though.
Yeah. That's a guy. It's a tag on Instagram.
That's that branding. You already know it. Buy a shirt. No.
But I think they do get paid jobs. I don't think they just do everyone for free, but I think they use it as content.
Yeah.
But I think like starting a business like the laser cleaning thing, I think the best thing to do would be give it away for free to like if you find a mechanic and you're like, hey, let me come over and all your tools, all your whatever, show you what this thing can do. And you offer to do a couple things for free. You go to a couple, like I would go to like some commercial places, like mechanic shops would be the best because you can clean like brake rotors and shit like right away.
Just as you're speaking,
now you're ruining their markup.
I'm just thinking about this 18-year-old kid holding a laser doing it. Somebody says his name, he turns around as he's holding it and chops the guy's leg off or something.
Too busy scrolling TikTok.
Dude, we're not gonna get like a dumb to do this. We got to get a good kid.
I know.
You know?
Anybody. It doesn't have to be a kid. I'm just thinking about
You
someone.
got to teach him. You just got to teach him. Hey, don't cut his arm off.
Hey, I'm only financially responsible, not for any, not liable for any damage or injury.
That's what insurance is for. So insurance would cover an arm cut off.
I don't know if that's in the fine print.
We'll talk to the lawyers. But no, I think
it's a cool idea though.
It's a cool business, and
Chase start it next week.
I can spit these businesses out like in no time. I wish I just had like the ability to like appear somebody that would be willing to do the hustle, and I could just put up the money and the machines or whatever and send them off to do their thing.
Here you go. There's your platform.
This is my platform. If you're 18 in the DMV
call me.
and you want to start a small business, call me. It's actually probably not a bad pitch.
Probably not.
Yeah. So what's your next one? You had
wait,
another one.
This is what we could do. Shark Tank. We could do a Shark Tank episode. So we'll get people that want to start small businesses, come on the show and pitch us.
And we'll invest.
I like that.
Hey, we could do a local Shark Tank.
I like that.
Not a bad idea,
what
right?
What are we going to call it? Minnow Pond?
Dude, what's going on today? I'm on fire with these ideas.
How many Adderalls did you take?
My medication, I took one today as prescribed.
Okay. All right, what's the next one?
Gutter cleaning. Dumb and easy, dude.
Well, I know landscaping companies add that in for the fall.
Yeah.
My gutters need to be cleaned right now, and that's what made me think of it. But gutter cleaning, such an easy thing. You have a truck with a couple ladders on it.
Kind of seasonal though.
Twice a year, you get a bunch of them.
Yeah.
$300.
Just get
yeah,
all
but
the
if you're also
shippies.
doing gutters, you might as well offer to hang Christmas lights and shit too.
Christmas lights is
now
another
you're going
one.
to the holiday.
It's seasonal. I've seen people recently that I know that are in like the landscaping space posting about doing.
But that's how they stay busy during the season. You know what I mean? Year round. Because once you're done cutting grass and the weather gets colder, it's like, what am I going to do? Well, let's take care of the leaves in the gutter.
Yeah.
And then, Christmas is coming up. Let's put some lights up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw they're doing Christmas lights, but they'll do like storage too. So they'll store your Christmas lights for you, so that way you don't have to worry about it. And then you just are on a yearly contract. So that's another business that I've seen that's been very popular. I mean, these dudes are charging like $5,000, depending on like. Depending on the, I mean,
Brian
that's
will
a
do
big
it for
house.
4.
But like a house like yours, it's probably close to that. But they're storing your lights. They probably bought your lights, and they might do like the decorations outside too, not just hanging lights.
I'm glad I built them into my house.
Yeah.
Well, there was some lady I saw on TikTok. I think it was like one of those business pages, but some lady that comes and decorates your house with pumpkins in the fall. She's
She
doing
just
like $1
fills it
million.
up with pumpkins?
Literally, just like your walkway or something. She stacks them with pumpkins, so it looks nice for the fall. Coming into Halloween, I guess.
See, that's
She's
a
doing
business.
like $1 million.
Pumpkin stacking.
Yeah.
Another business right there. No, I think there's just so many. There's so many ideas that I just come up with. I'm like gutter cleaning in an area like mine where there's a ton of trees, and there's all these stupid freaking acorns, dude. The acorns are terrible. They fall. There's so many acorns in my backyard in my gutters right now, and then last fall, or maybe this spring actually, my basement flooded twice because a gutter was clogged and it like overflowed into my basement like little egress area.
Oh, jeez.
And the leaves got into the sump pump and blew the sump pump. So I had that happen twice in a month. Like my basement flooded twice in 1 month. It was insane. So gutter cleaning, and it should be an annual contract. That's where the money is.
Yeah, the subscription-based services.
$600 a year. We come out twice. We call you in the fall, beginning of fall, and put you on the schedule, and then in the spring.
You don't think you need your gutters cleaned more than twice a year?
Probably not.
You just said your house flooded twice in the fall.
I know but there was another issue though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like
that was leaves. The other one was acorns.
Yeah, no, the actual like downspout thing got clogged.
With what?
The gutters were clean. The downspout thing got clogged.
Oh, so that was an add-on
okay.
you just didn't
Gotcha.
pay for. You got the gutters clean, but not the downspout.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened, but regardless, that's what happened. But I think the subscription model, and then you do an SEO run, and you just sell that like as tight of a location would be key. You want it to be like as tight as possible, and as many homes in the smallest radius as possible.
Yep.
And that's how you make a lot of money in those businesses because there's no drive time.
Yeah.
If you can do 150 homes in one neighborhood.
Yeah, if you live in a neighborhood, you got an extension ladder. You could just rock and roll in a Facebook group or
you
anything.
can pretty much, I would imagine, put out like at least double the amount of jobs if you're staying in the same neighborhood. And you just, because you could do a full house in less than an hour.
Oh, for sure.
With the right equipment. You go in there with the right equipment, it's less than an hour. And you could just, boom, hit, 5-6 jobs a day.
Let's
I
just
think
assume
my
people that
neighborhood, I
also
think
do
people are
roof
paying like
cleaning.
$300 a time. That's a lot of money. You can make $1,500 a day minimum.
Think about the people that do the roof cleaning too, up there with a brush and a soft wash.
Yeah.
And they just scrub the algae off. It's like anybody could do that, but do you want to be up on the roof? No.
Oh no, I don't want to be up there. But I would run that business if I was like starting a business. That would be a good home services business to start.
Yeah.
We're here just brainstorming for people that are listening that are like, I hate my job. And speaking of jobs, none of us have a real job. Why do we do this during rush hour every time?
I don't know. That's a really good question, but
Just so we can laugh at everybody that has a job.
yeah.
No, I hate the fact that every time it's 8 minutes away from my house and it takes me 30 minutes every podcast to get here.
Well, build a
We should
bridge
start doing
right
it
over
4:30 in the
here.
morning.
Tunnel. We'll do a tunnel. We'll
Oh
start
yeah,
digging tomorrow.
Yeah, like the Tesla tunnels or
Yeah.
whatever in
Yeah.
Cali.
No, we're going to start changing the times of these things. But, all right, so we've just given people a bunch of $1 million ideas. Justin talked about his seller financing deal. Chase, what else? We got anything else on the docket for today?
No, we're moving on a new construction in Annapolis.
Oh, is that breaking ground now?
Yeah, we got the silt fence in yesterday, and we moved the...
Is that black thing around?
It's to
Called a
hold the
silt
dirt.
fence.
It's called a silt fence. It's to hold the dirt from going into other people's yards or the street or whatever.
Oh, I thought it was like boundaries for like the property line or something.
No, it's just to hold ground.
Fun fact.
We moved the path, so we had an easement with the city of Annapolis to move a path so people could still get to the park that's behind us. And we're starting to dig next week, so we'll be off.
How
and
many
running.
tons of dirt did you say?
I think it's like 100 tons of dirt that has to leave there.
Good
Something like
lord.
that,
What are
yeah.
you, like up on a hill?
No.
No, it's just it's an 8-foot basement.
Yeah.
It's a long and it's kind of like long and skinny house. 8-foot basement. It's just a lot of dirt that needs to move. And I never like really thought about it in pounds. I forget the exact pounds. I'll have to find out. I'll tell it on.
Because it's
on
2,000
another
pounds
podcast.
per ton, right?
Yeah, I think it's 100, or it could be 400 tons. It's a crazy number. I have to look it
Good
up. Let me look it up in my notes with the foundation guy before I say that, but it's a lot of fucking dirt. 8 foot down, 55 foot long.
Oh
20
shit, that is a
foot,
long house. God damn.
20 foot, and it has to be dug deeper than 8 foot for us to get 8 foot.
Yeah, because you got to do.
So you're really digging down like 10 foot
Right.
to get a foundation slab. So you got 10
Stone,
foot deep,
all that.
55 foot wide, and a little bit wider because you need space to set the blocks, and then 20 foot long, 55 long, 20 wide. That's a lot of dirt.
Yeah.
And that lot. Most lots, what you can do is, that's the other thing. We have to dig a dry well in there. So stormwater management we have to put. So that's another 12-inch diameter by 8 foot hole in the ground.
Where does that go?
Closer to the park.
Okay.
But you won't see it.
Yeah.
It'll be like a drain cap at the end of the day. Like you won't really see it. But just all that dirt has to come out of there. And that lot is tight, so we can't keep any dirt on site. So we're gonna have to constantly,
as they're pulling
it out, they're trucking it out.
Back out a new one.
So that's why one of our costs. That's why one of our costs is high for that part of it, because they can't leave any dirt on site. So we have to constantly have a truck.
Is that because of the park, or?
Yeah, there's just no space on the lot. Like the house is taking up a lot of the lot.
You're
so you
building
think about
as
like
big
when
as
we're
you can.
building, we're building almost like a townhome style. It's like skinny and long, but there's just not a lot of land on either side of it, so there's nowhere for us to put all that dirt.
Yeah.
Whereas like the one in Severna Park, we were able to kind of pile it up and keep it on site and then take it all at one time. But yeah, so that's one of the things driving the cost up on that one. But we did get a progress inspection with the We talked to the inspector and everything's moving forward. So it's my first one in the city of Annapolis, and it's a whole different department.
Yeah.
So that's another interesting thing locally. Like Annapolis is in Anne Arundel County. Anne Arundel County has its own permit.
Yeah, but once you get into the city, it's
City of Annapolis has a totally different permit department. Mm-hmm. So this is my first one doing
bureaucracy,
new construction in that district. So it's a lot. The new construction stuff's a lot of like just admin and like meeting with the inspectors, talking to these people. It's so different than flipping.
Right.
We should like one day probably dive into that, because it's something that everybody can learn to do. I think honestly easier than it's to learn how to flip, because you have to find and renovate so many houses to learn stuff on a flip. With new construction, it's kind of like if you have the process down and you know how to check that things are done right, you're starting from scratch.
Yeah, there is no process to a flip. You could have 6 split-foyer houses. One, all the sewage pipe was already done to PVC. The other one's all cast iron. Like you have no idea when you get on. We call it Pandora's box most of the time because you have no idea what you're looking at.
Yeah,
rip over that wall, and it's
I think it's actually arguably easier to build new construction and learn the process and learn how to check in on the work and make sure things are getting squared and done right. But I think it's a great tool, and I think it's way better, safer than renovating and selling right now. Just personal opinion.
If it's something you can go over right now, or if you want to wait, but financing wise. So, like, we know what's open for fix and flip. What does financing options look like for new builds? Like, is it that much different?
So, typically, you try to not get financing for as long as possible because it is a long process. So, paying hard money for a long time is not a good play. So, like, right now, for this lot, you know what? Son of a gun.
You just thought of an idea.
I just thought of something. Kyle is, in fact, loaning us 100% financing on Dorsey for 0%.
See, you're already on it,
We've
dog.
already done it.
Look at that.
God, I can't believe I just saw that. So I did negotiate a 0% deal. But yeah, so that in that case, he is financing the lot, but he gave it to me. Basically, he's giving it to me for $1. We're changing hands, and I have a promissory note with him, so then I can have first lien on the lot. And then we paid the impact fees just out of pocket. Chase is a partner on that one. We just put in the money to pay the impact fees and the permit fees. And then we're going to pay to close on a hard money loan, but the hard money loan won't start until we get foundation in. So basically, we're going to be.
You'll only be holding hard money for like 4 months, if that.
So once the foundation's in and inspected, then we'll get hard money involved. And the style hard money that we get, we only pay for what we've used so far. So we'll get a $50,000 draw for foundation, and then once we get framed up, we'll get another draw. But we'll only be paying on what we've borrowed. So you really just have to eliminate as much interest as possible, because this thing's been going on for it's been a process, probably 18 months of time since I started engaging on this lot to when it's going to be completed.
Yeah.
Really, when do you remember starting talking about this house? Like a long time ago.
The beginning of the year. I mean, I had it listed for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it's just now at a point where we can build. So that's the bad part about we keep talking about the good parts of all this stuff, but that's the bad part is you do tie up money for a lot longer.
So you really do have to get creative on the financing side of the lot.
Yeah.
Because if not, I mean, this would have bled you dry. 18 months of hard money.
Like the other one that we're buying from him, he didn't want to do seller financing, so we're paying for the lot out of pocket and then going to hold it while we get the permits. So that one we'll be out of pocket probably $200,000 before we can get any money back. Because a lot of the good hard money lenders that we know and we work with, they typically don't give us money until foundation is down. So that's the deal. But yeah, it's just a longer game, and I think the risk involved in that is if the market started to go with a flip, you can get out from under something in a couple months. With this, if you're already tied into it 18 months and the market crashes, then you're kind of just you're just stuck with it.
Yeah.
You can't really control what the market's going to do in 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like you said, though, even most of these would make good rentals.
Yeah.
And so
you still have that second option.
It's just, invest at your own risk kind of thing. Because that is a game that could, a thing that could happen, very well happen. If the market, if you bought the lot at a value that you thought the market was at one point, and then, the market changed, which it did for us, luckily we said it would be an okay rental. It wouldn't cash flow, and you're going to have some money stuck in it probably at the end of the day. But I think, just don't want to say all the, everything is dandy and there's no risk. There's definitely some risk.
Oh, always.
So, yeah, that's kind of been our shtick with the new construction. It's also really finding a developer, what we have a relationship with. It's actually a whole family operation, but Kyle, who's been selling us all the lots, so he's been finding them and developing them, meaning getting the grading permits, getting everything put into the county, getting approved building plans for the lot, and then he's just been passing them to us and making whatever, maybe he bought it for 40 and he's selling it to us for 80, and then we build it and sell it from there. So you have to have somebody like that on your team too, because that's hard. And that there's
and he knows the process to get it ready to build.
He knows the process, and that's another thing that they only do one county. That's when you do this and you're not at a super scale, doing it in one place, so you get to know the inspectors, you get to know the process. I'm doing a project in Montgomery County right now, and it threw me for a loop with these inspections. There was inspections that they're the only county in the whole state of Maryland that have, and it ended up costing me way more than I thought to get it remediated. And so anyway, that new construction stuff, stay local. If you're going to learn it in one place before you go build it in a bunch of different counties. I think that's sound advice.
Yep. Be ready for long cash conversion cycles.
Yeah, long cash conversion cycles for sure. So we have our event that's going to be November 13th. 9515 Deerco Road, floor 5. Make sure that address is right. 95.
Check it.
You came off confident with it, though.
9515 Deerco Road in Timonium, floor 5. Thank you for that. That space was cool. It was Albers and Associates and
Mid-Atlantic
Title, owned by the same person. So it's one big company. But thank you to Ross and Mike and all those people over there for hosting. That's a cool space for us. It's good for them. It's good for us. So we appreciate them hosting and getting the food and taking care of all that stuff. So thank you to Mid-Atlantic and Albers and Associates. Yep. And another thing I wanted to announce and plug for all of the people that are local in Harford County and up that way. Mike Griffith is up for re-election, and he's a friend of the show, and we want to, we're going to go support on Tuesday. We're going to he's having a fundraising event in a country club. So I'm going to go and donate some money and eat some food. So if you guys want to go next Tuesday, we can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
It's a wrap.
That's it.
All right.